Okay, here we are with an Elise jungle game. In this game, I'm going to be starting with a Hunter's Machete and refillable potion since it is Preseason 6, patch 5.20. So, the start of the game, just basic, just like any other game. So, you go out and you get a ward down. I am playing versus Shaco Jungle this game, so I will be starting at my blue buff just because he has the potential to invade me level 2 with his ignite. And Elise isn't the strongest level 2 jungler, so you gotta be careful with that. This is a Diamond 4 ELO game, and they might not believe it because we do have a quirky mid and a Cho'Gath bot lane, but that's how it is. So you want to throw out your Spiderling early, then go into spider form, auto attack, and then put your W for the auto reset. You gotta move in between autos so that your spiderlings tank it. Makes you take less damage. And I'm trying to stay in the bush just in case someone does invade me. Taking your Q at level 2. So right here, I want to smite the wolves because this will show me if Shaco does invade, and then I could potentially go and take his blue buff. But he doesn't, so I just take wolves so that I can hit level 3 off of red buff. You gotta transform back into human form so that you can transform back when you're after casting spells on the camp. I face check the bush just to see if Shaco is waiting there for me because I don't want him to smite steal it away. So now that I've cleared my buffs and I got level 3, I'm looking for what lane to gank, and I see top lane is looking like a pretty easy gank, so I ping Aurelia that I'm on my way. And I go into human form so I can cocoon if needed. So I start off and I apply the red buff, and I just go in pretty easy, pretty simple. We gotta push this out so that Echo is denied farm. It's really important to do that. So Echo misses a lot of farm, even though he does teleport back in, he misses a lot of CS doing that, and Aurelia gets to just recall for free, buy items, then go back to lane. So now you just gotta farm up, get some more farm, again making my spiderlings tank it. AMX and Q this game followed by W. So I don't see that I can gank mid lane, so I just farm the toucans. I do use my cocoon there to stun it because I don't need to conserve mana since I have blue buff. So pretty much each time you finish a camp, you want to be looking like, can I gank anywhere? Can I counter gank anywhere? Where is their jungler? So we don't know where Shaco is, and mid lane's pushed. I could go bottom lane, but we're missing Cho'Gath, he's at base. So probably shouldn't do that, because if it's a 2-on-2, they'll most likely win. So I just keep farming. I do get spotted by a ward here, and since I smited toucans, I get to see it and clear it. You want to be taking Scuttle Crab a lot because Elise does take it very quickly with her cocoon. So now I see that I could probably go in and try and kill Lee Sin. So I wait to see if he uses any of his spells just recklessly. But I end up waiting in the bush too long. I probably should have went in earlier, because now I go in and he just gets to jump away. So I just wasted time doing that. Could have taken Gromp and recalled, but at least I do get some EXP. I make my spiderlings go and tank the minions because then I can freeze the wave for my mid laner and then he can farm for free. Doesn't hit the tower at all. And now it's recall. So I have enough money to buy my tracker's knife, an amp tome, and then boots. Some people would go mana crystal, but half of your spells, all your spider form spells, are just cooldown. They don't have any resource, and the mobility from boots is just really, really good for continuing to snowball the game. Some people do like to go Cinder Hulk on Elise, but I prefer the early game damage. So mid lane looks like a really easy gank. I am spotted by a ward and pinged by the enemy team here, so Elise knows that I'm coming, so I sort of stutter step back to make them think I'm going away. And then I think Elise warded the river bush, so I come up from behind there, and as you can see, he tries to dodge the cocoon, but ends up missing, and then he ends up using his flash there for no reason. But I get the kill anyway, so that's going to help me snowball even more. Top lane solo kills, so that's really good. It means that my gank really helped out there. So again, successful ganks, we're just pushing it out. Trying to deny farm. And want to auto attack and get your W off, increase attack speed, so that we can take this faster. And the minion wave is pretty big, so we decided that we may as well just take the turret, because then our whole team gets global gold and Corky can out roam. This is also putting pressure on their Lee Sin mid, and Lee Sin mid is an early game mid laner, and he needs to roam, so this way we'll be able to see if he does leave lane, and he's also pressured to stay in lane, which is really bad for him. I am going to be taking the second blue buff because I am pretty far ahead and our mid laner is also backed. I see Nami needs some help here and she's pinging for it, so I decide to walk over and help her out. She does end up missing the bubble and we try to get Lee Sin, but he has to ult me away in order to survive, so that's pretty good. And then Shaco appears. I, at this point, have no clue which one until, obviously, one of them backs off. And then we know, well, that's obviously the clone, and the one that I go for is the real one, but it's just a clone, so we don't really need to worry about him. So now, since I've already taken my one buff, my blue buff, I now have to take my red buff off the map, which will give me some more damage, some more dueling potential, as well as just the EXP and gold. You want to take your buffs off the map as soon as possible. Makes it so they can't take them, and then they spawn faster for you so you can take them. So the top laner is missing and our mid laner is roaming bottom, so I just decide to keep on farming. I could have potentially gone into their jungle and maybe tried to get some wards down or taken their blue buff, but I decided to just recall since I do have enough for my Runeglaive. So now that I have Runeglaive, I do a lot of damage, as long as I can get that auto attack in there. So I still don't see anyone top lane, so I decided to go bot lane, and I also haven't been bot lane yet this game, so it'd be good for me to help them out. I decided to take Gromp just because it's on the way down there, and it'd be nice to just farm a little bit before going down there. I am spotted by a ward, so they know that I'm coming, but I end up waiting in the bush here. There's no wards in this bush, so they still end up going aggressive onto our Cho'Gath, which does make sense because it's Cho'Gath bot lane. So a teleport comes in, so at this part we start to kite back. I repel up to dodge the Echo stun, and then repel back down. So Cho'Gath dies, so it's a 2v3, but then I pick up Echo, so it's a 2-on-2. Pretty easy kill onto Thresh here. So now I know that I can get Kate too, but she flashes away. So now we just got to push out. Now, while I'm pushing the wave, I'm thinking, okay, well, if she stays, I can dive her really easily. So I just walk up, start auto-attacking, and then she comes into range, so it's a really easy kill. Just get to flash onto that. Also get the shutdown for our team, which is good. So again, just auto-attacking the tower, trying to get some damage off. Trying to take it. Taking towers is a really good way at snowballing the game. Elise ends up showing up, so he can just sort of do whatever. He's 0-2, so he's not going to have that much damage, that big of an impact. So around this time, I want to be taking Dragon because like we took the tower, we obviously are stronger and have the numbers advantage, and the extra damage will be really nice. We end up dragging it out so that if Elise and Q like that comes over, they won't be able to see it. I do use my sweeper on the wards there because it prevents their vision. And then Elise decides to go in here, so I get scared, end up missing my cocoon, and then just repelling. I didn't actually want to cocoon, I actually wanted to just transform into spider and repel up, but oh well. Nami actually saves my life there with her heal, so that's good. Made sure to thank her for that because you need to let them know that you're very glad they kept you from dying. Because it is a team-based game and she didn't have to save me there, but she did anyways. So now I bought a Haunting, guys, because it's really good on Elise, gives you Magic Pen, AP, and health. The AP helps you snowball better, same thing with the Magic Pen. I don't immediately go for a Leandre's just because they don't have that much health on their team. It's mainly just like early game assassins, no tanks. So just some more farming. Making sure to hover around mid lane so that if anything does break out, I can help. So now I'm starting to look for a pick. I think that I might be able to get one, so I wait in the bush. It's not warded because I did smite toucans, so I have the buff on me. And right there, I thought he was going to face check me, but he didn't, and now I'm just wasting more time. So this isn't very good. I'm just sitting in the bush, not really doing anything, not farming, not ganking, not getting kills, not getting wards, so I decided to back off. Find a ward and I clear. Our support pings that she's going to go in deep ward right there. So I decide, okay, well, I should follow up. I end up placing my pink ward down in the bush there, which will give us some good vision, and then Nami gets some vision. They do kind of try to collapse onto us, but we're so far ahead. I'm 5-0, so if they do try to fight us, they're just going to get wrecked. So we end up going back into the mid lane. Unfortunately, Cho'Gath takes blue buff, even though he's 0-2 and is bot lane, but we just have to deal with it. We can't rage at him because you can't win a 4 versus 5 very easily in diamond elo. So Corki ends up going really ham here, so we decide to follow up. A Q auto attack Elise and then go in. So I see I might be able to get a pick onto Kate with my cocoon, so I walk up, or maybe even Thresh, but I miss, and then I take a tower shot, so that's not good. I just end up backing off. I probably should have went and tried to help them take the turret, but oh well. Nami makes it out with like 1 HP, so that was really lucky. And I'm just looking for picks because I'm ahead on Elise. Gotta get those picks. So I thought right there Thresh was gonna face check the bush there, or well, ward check it. So I throw out the cocoon and it misses because he's a little worried, thinking that people might be around there. So that was good for him. And I see that my red buff's up, so I go rush over there to take that. Q, auto attack, transform, just the regular Elise stuff. I try and let my Spirelings take that, but they don't, so I need to go back and auto attack it. Sucks, but oh well. So right now I do have quite a bit of gold, so I'm just farming, so I have a little bit more so I can go back and get some nice items. I see that mid lane needs some help, so I decide to go over there and help them out. They are pushing the tower down, but we are stronger than them, so if we can make them fight us, that would be really good. Echo goes in here, so we sort of try and kite back there because I don't really want to fight with Corki this low, but the rest of the team does. I repel up into the air. I need to go down onto Echo here because otherwise I'd land on a Kate trap, and I flash to safety because I don't want to get bursted by Echo. And then again, we just keep on kiting back, and Cho'Gath is just frontlining for us right now, so we can kite pretty easily. Corki goes in, and sadly he dies. Little throws, but it's not too bad. Still 5-11. We are up 4k gold. And 4k gold is a lot. So most of that gold is on me. I mean, I'm 6-0, so I know that I need to carry the game, I need to snowball the game, I need to try and take control. So I go back and I buy a needlessly large rod gives really nice AP, which is good, and then giant spell, which will make me a little bit tankier. Working towards a Rylai's, which will be good. This slow is nice for kiting them, and it will also help synergize a little bit with my Liandry's once I finish that, as well as the mastery I'm taking, I think it's called Oppression. Makes me deal 2.5% more damage to units with impaired movement. So right here I want to do Dragon, but I also want to stick with our team. If my team doesn't want to do Dragon, then I need to make sure that I stick with them, because if they try and fight without me, they could end up losing. And then I also look like a jerk for not helping, so that's not good. So I auto-attack it and try and drag it out. Now that we get it about where it should be, I guess, in the entrance to Dragon Pit, I also sweep again to deny vision. I repel the Echo stun, and then I go down onto Echo. We all hover right around, and I just don't move when I'm on the lantern, because I know that he's trying to click it so he can get out. But that way he can't, so gives us a nice easy kill, just them making it harder to come back. Echo isn't even the jungler, so it doesn't make sense for him to go in like that. So this, I decide to go and push mid lane. Probably not the best idea since my team rotated bot lane, but they did work. They got work done, holy cow. They got 3 kills there, so that's really nice. So at this point, I mean, it's like, well, I guess I didn't really have to be there, but then Corki gets picked off, so that's not good. I just keep shoving this in. Now they shoved in, I know I won't be able to take the tower, so I decide to go back and try and help out my team. I see that Cho'Gath is closest, and the only one really alive that I can help, so I try to go onto Echo. Now his Q comes back, so I try to repel it, and then I end up repelling a little bit too late. In the long run, it doesn't really affect me, because I am full health now. So now I'm just farming up, and this is pretty much game at this point. So we're really far ahead. We're up 10 kills, up 7k gold. So now it's all just about closing out the game. So that's, sadly, I get greedy for Shaco, so that's not good. End up dying, getting picked off, but yeah, just gotta have lots of pressure early game, pick up my Liandry's. So now with these 3 items, Runeglaive, Rylai's, Liandry's, I am just really far ahead. There's a very slim chance for us to lose this. And then we just pick up some more kills, so we can just push now at this point. I mean, the game's over. Just gotta snowball off with the early kills, and if we were to lose the game, I really can't blame my team for that. I mean, I was fed. I should have been carrying, but we end up winning, so that's good. Thanks for watching. If you like, please like, subscribe. If you have any questions, leave a comment, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.